penultimate race of the Target Series regular season. Head to the Texas World Superspeedway for the running of the Pennzoil 350. And on the pole for today's race, the 30 of Justin Zeidel. Beside him in second is the 10 of Danny Lloyd. Then in third place, it's Riley Spurley-Tube. Fourth, we have Jake Richardson. And rounding out the top five, Sebastian Dupain in the 33 car. Then in sixth place, we have Taylor Bryan Price. Seventh is Landon Lyons. Second in points, Bronson Mix starts eighth. Ninth place to Sebastian Kukulon. And Max Aronson, 23, rounds out the top 10. Back behind them, Alex Fletcher, 41. Inside of him, the 6 of Landon Dinkins. Then Evan Hunter in the 64 and the 48 of Brett Sierra. Jennifer Beeford won here last season. Two are outside the 89 of Roman Fenway. Then we have Casey Neco, 14, and 19 Mason Baskers, along with DJ Reed and Keyshawn Richardson in the 11 car. Code Red winner last race out on the dirt track, and Anthony Ness, the 21, to his inside. Then we have Jake Galloway, 20, and 38 Adam McDowell, along with Madison Tall and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the 59. Then there's Alex Turner and Trey Rainey, 32, with the 1 of Jade Jefferson and Colton Yo in the 55. Points there, Luke Ray starting back of the field. Eli Bright, 8, to his outside. Then there's Zachary DeLello and Colin Teague, the 2. Eric Olson, 25, and 22 Levi Shones. Then we have Michael Gregory and Jose Mills. Third in the points, Mathis Wells and John Smith, the 04. And rounding out the field, Tommy Fletcher Jr., 77, and the number 5 of Jeff Bright. I'm once again joined in the booth by Trey Bartow. And Trey, this is a very, very important race for these drivers' season, and it's a very unique racetrack. We're going to see pack racing today. What do you think is going to happen with chase spots on the line?
Well, I mean, we're back at another super speedway, so you never know what to expect at these types of tracks. It's going to be a lot of fast-paced, fast speeds, and tight racing here. If you see 4 wide, that's a big no-no with these drivers here. If you see 4 wide, you can definitely expect a big accident to follow suit. So you can never really know what's going to happen, but I feel like it's going to be an interesting race here today, and we're going to watch it all unfold.
As you mentioned, 4 wide down the back straightaway does not work here. We'll see if they can try and sort it out here at the Texas World Superspeedway. 27 laps of the Pennzoil 350. Let's go on trackside for the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
42 cars fire up, and we are rolling here at the Texas World Superspeedway for it's going to be an interesting race for sure in the Target Series season number 11. As we mentioned, chase spots on the line here today. Whoever leaves 148 points up on 11th in the point standings clinches a spot 1 race early ahead of Atlanta. 3 drivers are in the best position to do that. Obviously, Luke Rainey, the points leader, Bronson Mix, 2nd in points, and Mathis Wells, 3rd in points. We'll see if anyone else can try and get enough points necessary to clinch their way in 1 race early. 27 laps here at Texas World Superspeedway. This 2-mile high-banked oval leads to a lot of pack racing, which leads to pushing and shoving and definitely some accidents along the way. Last season saw 2 caution flags and 17 lead changes. What does this season hold in store? Justin Zeidel on the front row. Who's outside the 10 of Danny Lloyd. They step on the gas, and we're green flag racing at the Texas World Superspeedway.
Already here as the cars go through turns 1 and 2, Justin Zeidel had a big lead, but Riley Spurley-Tube isn't going to give him any time out front there as he's already diving to the inside, coming onto the backstretch here. He's going to be able to clear himself about halfway down, so we'll have to see if he blocks the bottom or goes up high to see if he can get a run.
Yeah, Riley Spurley-Tube, big for him if he can lead this lap for 5 bonus points. Comes in on the cusp of the top 20 in points with 2 race victories. So he's right now in a wild card spot, but a bad finish could relegate him down below 20th in points. Leader of the first lap is going to be Riley Spurley-Tube, 5 bonus points there. Landon Lyons trying to lock in a race early. Moves inside for the top spot as they enter turn 1. 92 takes it away from the 9. 3 wide behind them comes the 6 of Landon Dinkins and last season's champion Brett Sierra following suit. And 18 Jennifer Beeford won here last season, looking to go back-to-back in the Target Series at Texas World, moving up on the inside the top 10.
Yeah, as you can see here, most of these guys are 2 by 2, but just 1 or 2 spots there. These guys are 3 wide, so at the moment they're kind of taking it a little bit slow, flowing their cars out here, but I don't think it's going to last very long. As you can see a little bit back there in the pack, they're 3 by 3 by 3, but at the moment here, last season's champ, Brett Sierra, is trying to make his way up front from help from the 18, but the 18 is going to duck to the inside 3 wide going into 1 and 2.
Jennifer Beaver wants to get to the front like she did last season in this race, but at the front, it's the 92 of Landon Lyons. 2 victories this season inside the top 10 in points. He can maybe lock up a wildcard spot after today's race if he has enough points ahead of 20th in the point standings. So we'll see if he can get it done. He's led a lap for 5 bonus points, looking to lead a second lap here today. Nana go to the inside for a second on Jennifer Beeford. Here comes Deja Reed, our Michigan winner. This is kind of a sister racetrack to Michigan, but not really. It's a lot more higher banked than Michigan, a lot faster speeds, but definitely races a lot like the Michigan Speedway. We'll see if Deja Reed can transfer that success over to this racetrack. Moving for the lead, entering turn 1, a great run down the straightaway. You see over 205 miles an hour entering the first corner. Fast speeds here at Texas World.
Yes, it is very, very fast here, but that also makes it great for watching the race here. But if you can see out there, 4th car on the inside line is our points leader, Luke Rady's making his way up to the front here. He's going to try, maybe, I was expecting him, to try to lay a low back a little bit, try to secure his points here, just try to get himself locked in. But I guess that's not on his agenda today. He's just going to make it 3 wide there for about 3rd place. He's going to try to make a move on the lead with 38 of McDowell.
And he knows he's probably locked in, even though it's not mathematically possible. It's still, he's practically done it with how great of a season he's had. So unless he finishes 42nd, everything goes against him these next 2 races. He's locked in, so maybe at this point he knows a reset's coming. He wants to just get race victories at this point. He's pushing hard on the inside with help from the 2 of Colin Teague. Does Teague step out of line? He doesn't for now. Stays behind the 88 of Luke Rainey. Luke looking to get a lap led for 5 bonus points, but Teague does move to the inside. DeLello in the 24 with him as the drag race lead the 5th lap of the Pennzoil 350. Inside lane, Colin Teague gets it. Roman Fenway 3 wide in the 89, has up from the 4-1 of Alex Fletcher. 3 wide for a second, but still no 4 wide in this pack so far.
Yeah, like I said, I think these guys are going to try to take it a little bit slower here as we're only in the first half of this race. I don't think they were going to want to try to risk it here, but you never know what these drivers are thinking as the 89 of Roman Fenway is out front with the 41 trying to duck below him with help from the 60 and the 8 as well on the inside line. These drivers are switching leads continuously here, but it's what you got to do. It's very hard to protect the lead, so once you do get out front, you got to try to do whatever you can.
That's Michael Gregory moving low the 60 on the 41 of Alex Fletcher. It looks like they give it to Michael Gregory at the line, so Gregory leads that lap by maybe a few thousandths of a second. There's our first case of 4 wide. Trey Rainey down low. In the middle, Eric Olson and Jay Jefferson. They're going to try and sort it as they come off turn 2. So far, they have done so. A great job by all drivers involved there to keep their cars going straight and get it back down to 3 wide. 4 wide down the back straightaway normally causes accidents only a few times, only a handful of times do they ever sort out through the backstretch while they are 4 wide. Up front, still battling at the front, Michael Gregory. Outside, inside now Max Arison. Zachary Fitzwater looking to rebound after a few bad races, dropping down points, now up to 3rd, but now challenge 21 to the inside. They're 4 wide again, further back in the field.
Yeah, as they're going 4 wide in the turn 1. Oh, nope, they're a little bit 4 wide. They're a little bit farther back with Keyshawn and the 24 in the middle. We'll have to see if they're going to make contact here under the backstretch. They're keeping it clean so far as they're going to squeeze Keyshawn there in the middle. Hopefully they're going to be able to get it going good as they do not touch too much, so they should be okay here at the moment, but we'll have to see how this develops.
In the front stretch, you can make it work for why these drivers like to scatter out there, but the back stretch is really the place to watch out for. So right now, they've cleared the 4 wide at the front, but still not done. Alex Fletcher, when he backed out that 4 wide, it made it 4 wide in a different zone, so now he has to watch out for that. He's going to try and back out again here and get by maybe the 2 or the 88 to get in line. They are still 4 wide back of this field. It's only this 1 row. At the front, they're still bound for the race lead, but this could cause yellow if everything goes the wrong way. You see them bouncing off each other. Fletcher, Teague, and Nanico. They're still going to keep it working somehow, some way. That's 2 straight laps they've done that. Fletcher going to back on. I think that's going to sort the 4 wide down right there. So great job by everyone involved in these last 2 laps to make sure they've kept their cars clean and going straight. As we were watching that, Massenthal gets out front lap number 10. Galway forced middle of 3 by the 00 of Sebastian Kukulon. Has up from the 40 of Mills and the 64 of Hunter as they enter turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, as you can see here, the Kukulon is going to go and be below the 47 there. He's going to get a run off the bottom here and try to clear himself thanks to the help of the 40 car of Jose Mills. Kukulon has been very strong this season, so we'll have to see what he can do in this race, possibly get a victory here. If not, hopefully the points will help him out there. But as the 40 of Jose Mills is going to dive to the inside, he's going to be able to get this lead here, possibly even lead this lap.
John Smith out of line 3 wide. 77 Tommy Fletcher Jr. coming with them. How about the 9 of Riley Spurtube also moving on the inside? 24 Zachary DeLello. They are now 3 wide for the top spot through turns 1 and 2. That's John Smith who went inside the 04, takes it away. Now the 77 Fletcher Jr. also coming on the inside, 4 wide back behind them again. Max Anderson up top. Michael Greger, the 60, forced up into a hole by DJ Reed. There was a little bit of being and banging there, but luckily there was a hole to get up in line for the 60 Michael Gregory to keep them all from crashing. Tommy Fletcher Jr. out in front. Riley Spurtube looking for a second lap play of the day, moves inside, heads up for DeLello and Dupain back around to lead the lap. Fletcher Jr. on the outside by a nose.
These guys are trying to wreck, but they just can't get it turned around. As there's another 4 wide situation with Brett Sierra in the middle of that. This time with Jeff Bright on the bottom. So we'll have to see how these guys come off at 2. Looks like they might get it cleared by that time. Can't quite tell. I don't think they are clear.
There it is.
Brett's around. There goes
Brett
Brett
Sierra into Eric Olson. They spin up towards the wall. Especially Kukulan gets hit. Fitzwater and Massenthal, the teammates are involved. Michael Gregory, Levi Shones, who came in 11th in the point standings, also involved. So some playoff implications here, as some cars that were up there in points trying to drive away and keep their cars going, but the yellow flag is up for the first time. Back around front, Landon Dinkins and Code Red first and second, as craziness unfolds around the midway point here in the Pennzoil 350. Last season's champion Brett Sierra and Levi Shones to pit road. Issues there for the driver 11th, and the points came in as the first wildcard spot, but now going to have to dig himself out of this hole at Atlanta. As let's go see what caused the accident. Brett Sierra first to go around, and some major chase contenders collected in this one. Coming off of turn number 2 here, this is the troublesome spot on the racetrack. We saw them make it work about 5 times so far this race, but this 6th or 7th time was not the one that was going to work out. Jeff Brett, the 5, made the move down the front stretch on his teammate Brett Sierra, and then Sierra shoved into Baskers, into Mills. They all get up into each other and into the wall, and Sierra kind of only had spun around until right there Eric Olson hits him. Danny Lloyd low to get by. Kukulan almost had missed, but then Fitzwater and Tall and Danico all got together, as a lot of cars then involved, as the first 2 came scraping off of the outside safer barrier. Drivers like Levi Shones and others who really had nowhere to go in this. Watch this from another angle as they race off into turn 3.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. It looked like Jeff Bright just kind of squeezed Brett there a little too much, and Brett really didn't have any space, if any space at all, to give Jeff there. He was just turned off the nose of the 19 there, and it caused everyone else behind him to get involved. But I don't think anyone has too bad a damage to where they're out of this race. So, I think everyone's going to be able to continue. There are just going to be a couple slow cars on the field, so we'll have to see if they're going to become a factor later. And
with this being a super speedway, we actually have short and yellows. So at this point, we're going back green this time as they're on the backstretch. As you mentioned, every car is still left running, but Levi Shones, definitely the worst damage of anyone. He came down, remember, as he was leaving the scene, has a ton of damage in that 22. He took a few very hard hits in the front, but he's trying to salvage every point he can, so he's hoping that we maybe get another accident or 2, and maybe some DNFs, some retirees, so he can try and gain some positions on the racetrack and gain some points. As you mentioned, all 42 cars are still left running on the racetrack. Landon Dinkins, the 6th, out front. Code Red looking for back-to-back wins on the season in 2nd. Sebastian Dupain right now 3rd. Zachary DeLello and Evan Hunter are the front 5. Riley Spurtube 2 wins this season right now in 6th. Jeff Bright up to 7th. Tommy Fletcher Jr., John Smith, and 2nd in points, Bron Smick are the front 10. We're back green here at Texas, where Landon Dinkins steps on the gas and gets away from Code Red on the jump.
Yeah, on that start there, everyone got a pretty even start there. No one really drove away. No one really got stacked up there, but Code Red is going to immediately dive to the inside halfway through 1 and 2. Code Red is going to do whatever he can to get 2 wins in a row here. So being out front is definitely step 1 of trying to get that done, but we'll have to see if he's going to be able to defend it or not. From the 33 there, starting to creep up, getting help from the 9 and the 5 there.
Code Red out front, Dupain to 2nd, now slides up. Here comes Riley Spurtube to the inside, started 3rd in this race, moving back for the top spot. Bron Smick, 2nd in points, 3 wide on Jeff Bright and Sebastian Dupain. Code Red leads in the 29, but has Riley Spurtube to his inside as the pack starts to get wound back together now like a rubber band. They start to come back together as the draft starts to work out for these drivers. Bron Smick to the back of Riley Spurtube, who clears off turn number 2. Minnick now to the inside. They'll drag race down this backstretch for the top spot. John Smith and Code Red in the 2nd row, and then you have the 09, Taylor Bryan Price and Jeff Brett the 5 in the 3rd row. But it's Bron Smick 2nd in points out in front as they come off turn 4. And here comes John Smith 04 also in line, but stays with the 42. Bryan Price jumps on. Look at Code Red, top to bottom right there.
Yeah, Code Red's definitely making major moves out there to get back to that bottom. I feel like the bottom is definitely the line you want to be on to try to move your way up front here, just like most super speedways that is. So we'll have to see he's going to help Taylor Brian Price here move up to a front, or if he's going to duck below him. It looks like he's trying to duck below him here at the moment to get to the inside of the 09. So we'll have to see if he has anything to do trying to get back up front here as they enter 3 and 4.
And the three drivers who had the best shot to mathematically lock their way in after today's race into the chase, they all know that, and they're all trying to get every point they can. They're right now making up 3 of the top 4 spots. Minnick, Wells, Luke Rainey all battle up for the top spot. Wells and Luke Rainey on the inside 3 wide, Minnick on the outside 3 wide. These 3 know that they can lock in after today, and they're showing that with how aggressive they've been here today. Wells out front for the first time, but Luke Rainey 88 quickly to the inside, 38, and McDowell with them. They'll drag race now. Third and first in points down the backstretch. How about McDowell 3 wide now to turn 3 and 4?
A very aggressive move there by the 38, diving below first and third in points right there, but he's going to show these guys that he can be one of the top contenders here as well, as he's going to take the lead and lead this lap. But the 30 there, your pole sitter of Justin Zeidel, is coming back up front saying, hey guys, don't count me out yet, as he's going to take the lead going into 1 and 2.
Zeidel from pole and Buford from the win last season. They move up to first and second. Jay Jefferson, a Texan, moves up to third. Jennifer Buford now out of line. They'll be side by side down this backstretch. Back behind them, a little shove, and there goes the 10. Danny Lloyd to the outside wall and around. It was Evan Hunter off of his nose. The 11 of Keyshawn Richardson also involved. Those 3 spin down to the inside, but they're the only cars involved in our second caution flag here at Texas World. And racing it back around, Jennifer Buford 18, back in front over the 92 of Landon Lyons. 8 laps to go. We're going to have an under 10 laps to go restart here in the Pennzoil 350 at Texas World. Our second caution flag is out. 3 more contenders crashed down, including Danny Lloyd, Keyshawn Richardson, and Evan Hunter. Let's go see what caused this one. Racing down the back again, same spot, same story. Just different characters involved in this one. It might have been Eli Brent, the 8, that forced it down low 4 wide. He's on the bottom of the racetrack. Right there, Danny Lloyd, Evan Hunter in the middle. They start to squeeze together. Riley Spruce to the 9, gets put into the wall. Very interesting there. Came in 20th in the point standings. Keyshawn Richardson, nowhere to go in the 11, gets wiped out right there by the 64. Keyshawn, unfortunate for him, won the Pennzoil Truck Series race here just a few days ago. So unfortunately for him, not going to be able to try and go for the sweep here, as his car has some front end damage. They're going to be out of the main draft for the end of this race. But what did you see there, Trey, as they came off turn 2? Looks like Eli Brent maybe made the move into turns 1 and 2?
Yeah, it looks like Elijah was just trying to get all the positions he could there and just ended up squeezing the 10 there up into, I believe that was Evan Hunter, and then Evan Hunter hit the wall, came back down, collected Keyshawn again. Just a normal situation here at this racetrack. But again, it looks like all 3 of these cars are able to continue to do whatever they can to salvage this day.
And that may have saved us from catching 3 lap cars there. A lot were off the pace. Jennifer Buford 18 leads late in the going here. Texas, we're looking for back-to-back Target Series Texas World victory. She's out in front of the Pennzoil 350. A 6 lap to go restart here at the Texas World Superspeedway. Is this the final restart? Do we get another quick one? Or do we get one to end the race like we saw in the Pennzoil Truck Series race? We're going to find out here right now. All 42 cars are still left running, and it's going to end like that unless we get another quick caution flag. Jennifer Buford, 18, looking for back-to-back wins in this series at this racetrack. She's out front. Landon Lyons looking for his 3rd of the season in 2nd. Jay Jefferson looking for a win in his home state in 3rd. DJ Reed and Colin Teague are the front 5. They have Code Red looking for back-to-back wins this season. Justin Zeidel looking to win from pole. Roman Fenway, Taylor Brian Price, and Adam McDowell. They are the front 10. They all have a shot to win, and even some more back behind. Who times this right? Green flag back in there, Texas World. Jeffrey Buford on the gas, but Lyons a better restart in the 92 car.
Yeah, as you were saying, the 92 got a pretty good restart there. We'll have to see if he's able to dive to the inside here as we enter 1 and 2. It looks like he's going to peak, and he actually does go for it here. He's going to get helped by the 99 of DJ Reed and the 2 of Colin Teague. There's the 1 of Jay Jefferson stays up top to help the 18 there. A little bit of a decisive move there by Jay Jefferson. Probably should have went down low, but we'll have to see how that works out for him, as the 92 is going to lead going into 3 and 4.
And DJ Reed, 2nd place, looking to win at the 2-mile tracks this season. Won at Michigan, the 2nd race out. Now looking to win at Texas World, the 2nd to the last race of the regular season. Landon Lyons, DJ Reed, front 2 with 5 laps of racing to go. Code Red 29 moves up to 3rd. Roman Fenway with them. But now they're drafting up on the inside, starting to fade a little bit. 3 wide goes Ad McDowell on the inside. The front 2 try to get away. But without any help, DJ Reed might not be able to make that pass on Landon Lyons. They come off turn 2, down the backstretch. 4 laps to go at the start-finish line. Can anyone get by this 92 of Landon Lyons? They enter turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like DJ Reed can really do much here unless the 29 at Code Red gets up to the back of him. You're not really going to get that much of a run on the leader there, the 92. So we'll have to see if these two cars can work together. It looks like Code Red might have a little bit of running. He's going to take that run to the inside of DJ Reed as they enter 1 and 2.
And Code Red wants himself with 4 laps of racing to go. Roman Fenway 3 wide, the 89 out of line. And Trey, you know that move well. You won here in the Walgreens Cup Series with that move in 3 and 4 in the last lap. Is that going to be something that we're going to see here today in the Target Series on this last lap if it comes down to the race victory?
It's definitely a big possibility here. You get such big runs coming off of the corners here that you can really do anything you want as long as you have the space and time to do it. So I would not be surprised to see another move like that decide the winner of this race.
But at the front, Landon Lyons has pulled away as they're 2x2 back behind. Roman Fenway trying to get the push for McDowell. Is a nice push as they enter turns 1 and 2. 205 for Roman Fenway. Taylor Bryan Price goes 3 wide. That's going to help Roman Fenway to clear that battle for a second. Now Fenway with the run onto the 92 of Landon Lyons. Can he take it anywhere to the inside? Does he stay in line? He's peaking low as he come off 2 and down the back straightaway. 2 laps to go to the start-finish line. Will they make it 2 laps without wrecking, or will we have a late race incident end this race early? Minnick, second in points, forcing third in points in the middle, but can't complete it. Wells in line again. Here comes Eli Bright and Trey Rainey. Those two have history. Will they be battling for a win here at the end of the Target Series? 2 laps to go at Texas World.
As Taylor Bryan Price dives into goes to the inside, Mathis Wells actually goes from top to bottom. Is now going to make it 3 wide for lead 1 and 2, which Eli Bright is right behind him, along with Trey Rainey here. They're still head to tail there, so we'll have to see if these guys are actually going to work together here. Maybe a little bit of a reverse of history here. Instead of wrecking each other, they're going to help each other here. But we'll have to see going into 3 and 4, coming to the white flag.
Mathis Wells trying to lock his way into the chase, but slides with the racetrack. Here comes the 8 of Eli Bright to the inside. Trey Rennie is pusher. Here comes the pole there as Idell Jeffrey for looking for back-to-back Texas World's victories. There's the last lap. Trey Rennie going to leave Eli Bright to the outside, looking for a win in his final Target Series season. Entering turns 1 and 2, Trey Rainey has it. 3 wide comes Jeffrey Buford in the 18. Here comes Jeff Bright, the 5. They're 4 wide behind the front 5 as they race off turn number 2. Down the back for the final time. Trey Rainey, Jeff Buford, get away. They'll wreck back behind the race leaders. Minnick around. They battle into turns 3 and 4. Trey Rainey leads Jeffrey Buford in second. Buford with a run as they race off forward for the final time. It is Trey Rainey's race. He passes Eli Bright, his rival, to win at Texas World in his final Target Series season. How about that for a terrible season? It is a victory in his final Target Series season, Trey Bardo.
He finally did it. It took him almost all regular season long, but Trey Rainey was finally able to get that win. Did not expect that, I'm going to be honest, but I'm so happy to be here to witness that. Congratulations to Trey Rainey.
And how about the way he did it, passing Eli Bright, his rival from Season 4 of the Gatorade Cup Series, as they wrecked back behind, holding off the driver who won this race last season. And then Eli's father come up to the front, Jeffrey Buford's teammate, and the points leader, Luke Rainey's brother. I mean, there was a lot of big names at the front of the field here at the end. Trey Rainey gets it done. Let's go see what happened on this last lap. Look at the damage to second in points, Bronson Minnick. We'll play this through as they got 4 wide. Trey Rainey makes the move on Eli Bright, entering turns 1 and 2. He knows that's the spot to make it. Buford then steps out 3 wide. Where's this forward come to play? Wells steps wide in the 16. Brian Price fills that holds the last lap. Everyone's going to take every run they can. And right here, there's going to be a squeeze play down the back. Minnick up. Wells. Luke Rainey gets banged around. Colin Teague off the nose. The 4-2 spins around. Back up the track. Into Tommy Fletcher Jr. and Colton Yo. Some hard hits there to end this race and even more. Look at Fitz. Oh, my goodness. They all piled in hard there at the end. We couldn't really see because of the scoring tower, but at some point, the 10 and some others made some contact. They were towards the back. Remember, they were damaged cars that were at the back of this field. They must have run into someone who had spun out. We'll see this right here as they race off 2. We'll see who they hit here.
Let's see Fitzwater here. He's in the smoke. Oh, you cannot see a thing as Fitzwater here.
Oh.
Yo. Oh.
And then they slide into Minnick. And then they get clobbered. Look at Fletcher. There's Madison Tall. She was the one that hit as they were trying to get it away. And all these cars, look at all the smoke. Cars try to get to the start-finish line. This is the end of the race. And cars are all over this 2-mile racetrack. And 2 of the top 3 in points involved in this one. And they might not be able to lock up now after the bad finishes they've had. Luke Rainey's going to lock up with a top 10 for sure. But it's his brother Trey, reigning supreme here at Texas World. This could possibly be his final ever Target Series victory. Let's go see the finishing results and the point standings heading into the final race of the regular season. here are the finishing results from a crazy race here at the Texas World Superspeedway, the Pennzoil 350. 3 caution flags for 4 laps, one which happened on the last lap, and just like last season, 17 lead changes among 16 different drivers. For Trey Rainey, he only had to lead 1 lap to win this race. It was the most important one. Lap number 27, he gets the victory lane in his final ever Target Series season. Jennifer Beaver tried to chase him down, looking for back-to-back Target Series wins at this racetrack. She ends up in second, though, about a car length back. Jeff Bright from last starting position gets third. Jake Galway and Eli Bright round out the top 5. Eli passed on the last lap by rival Trey. That's going to hurt for him. For Luke Rainey, nothing hurt about this day. He gets 6th place and easily locks up a spot into the chase. Justin Zaydell from pole gets 7th. Never got to lead a lap, but hung around the front all day long. Colin T gets 8th. Code Red backs the win with a 9th place. And Sebastian Dupain rounds at the top 10 to 33. John Smith in 11th. Roman Fenway, Zachary DeLello, Landon Lyons, and Adam McDowell round out the top 15. Landon Lyons had the most laps of 5 here today. They have Max Anderson, Alex Fletcher, Alex Turner, Mason Baskers, and Jake Richardson rounding out the top 20 finishers. We look down here and see some notables. Riley Spurley, who battles up to get 22nd there at the end. Good enough to move him up a spot in points, and a little bit further ahead of 21st in the point standings. DJ Reed looking for another win this season, but gets 23rd. Kukulon, there's Jay Jefferson, Landon Dinkins, Evan Hunter, and some of the cars involved in that last accident. Drivers like Madison Tall, Tommy Fletcher Jr., and obviously the big names, Mathis Wells and Bronson Minnick, out of this race. There at the end, they came in 3rd and 2nd in points respectively. Down below them, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Danny Lloyd. Also down at the bottom, they finished 41st and 42nd. Let's now go see the point standings, who's locked in, as we enter the final regular season race of the season.
After a fantastic race here at Texas World, Luke Rainey has now officially locked himself into the chase with the biggest points lead we've had all season long, over top of Bronson Minnick, who has also locked himself into the chase of 164 points. And 3rd is the 92 of Landon Lyons, and 4th, the 16 of Mathis Wells. 5th is the 24 Zachary DeLello, and 6th is the 2 of Colin Teague, followed by the 99 of DJ Reed, the 59 of Zachary Fitzwater, the 1 of Jay Jefferson, and rounding out your points, the top 10 is the 00 Sebastian Kukulon, and 11th is the 40 of Jose Mills, followed by the 18 of Jennifer Buford, 29 of Code Red, the 33 of Sebastian Dupain, 23 of Max Anderson, the 22 of Levi Shones, 6 of Landon Dinkins, the 64 of Evan Hunter, the 9 of Riley Spurley, and rounding out the top 20 in points is the 47 of Madison Toll.
And the points have definitely come together here. If you're the front 5 in points, definitely you head to Atlanta comfortable, not safe, but comfortable. If you're the top 3 in points, you are very comfortable. Landon Lyons is only a few points away from locking in, so as long as he doesn't finish 42nd, he basically moves on into the chase. And for the wildcard spots, they're getting very close. Riley Spurley, who's still only 19th in points, but 2 victories, gets him a wildcard spot. And Jose Mills, 11th in points with the victory, gets it, but he's only 21 points behind the top 10. Kukulon only 21 in. Jay Jefferson's only 32 in. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. isn't that far in either, only 41 in. So very, very close for those drivers. Jay Jefferson with the win could fall back on that, but then you have Code Red, Sebastian Dupain, other winners along with Levi Shones. So those drivers are going to be battling for the wildcard spot. And Riley Spurley currently right there, 1856 points. And Colton Yo, 21st in points, 1813. So not that far for Riley Spurley to 43 points that he has to work with there over 21st place to try and hold on for a wildcard spot. Look down here. These drivers like Jake Galway, Alex Fletcher definitely needs to win this next race. Same with Roman Fenway, Adam McDowell, and Casey Nanico. They have to win and then break their way up inside the top 20. And for these drivers without victories down here, it's basically over for them. That's for sure. Jeff Bright way too far down, along with Trey Rainey to even mount a charge there late in this season. So all these drivers down here without victories, and even further down below the top 30, their chase hopes have diminished for sure. It's going to come down to those top 20 to see who advances on into this 12-man chase. The final race of the regular season is another crazy racetrack. We head to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Aquafina Last Chance 300. We will see you guys then.